In Washington, D.C., Jay Sekulow Live.
New York Governor Andrew Cuomo signed a new bill that will strengthen abortion rights. The governor tweeted the Reproductive Health Care Act will protect Roe v. Wade regardless of what the federal government does. He called it a victory for all New Yorkers.
And now, Chief Counsel for the American Center for Law and Justice, Jay Sekulow.
Well, it's sure not a victory for the unborn children, that's for sure. Or the children born alive as a result of an abortion procedure, because they have zero protections. This New York law is barbaric. It allows, first of all, it's not even requiring a doctor to perform these surgeries. It's now allowing nurse practitioners, other healthcare providers. It's very vague. Removes all, like Gosnell case, removes all criminal liability issues. And this is what's happened in New York, and this is passed. And I'm going to go to Cece first, and Abby, we're going to reset this. As you look at the law, Cece, what's the most disturbing aspect? I mean, you can make a list 100 miles long, but what's the most disturbing aspect of this?
That there are just absolutely no protections for an unborn baby at any point, and even possibly if they're born alive, that a baby can be killed from any point, even possibly if they're born alive.
So if the abortion is not successful and the child's born alive, no protections. It removes. So, Abby, it's removing the whole idea here is to remove the personhood of the unborn child.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Vermont is very clear about that. An egg, embryo, fetus shall not have rights under Vermont law.
By the way, look up the Latin word for fetus. I think it means unborn child. I'm going to look that up. I mean, Andy, you probably know off the top of your head.
It is fetus, F-O-E-T-U-S, actually, in Latin, and that means something that is unborn but still has life, as I believe with Thomas Aquinas from the moment of conception, in my opinion.
Yeah, so there you have it. But you said politically they knew they had a chance because they got control of the Senate.
I mean, they finally – so this has been brewing, but then they got control finally of both the legislatures there in New York, which had some Republican control in the past to prevent this from moving forward. The moment that shift in the last election cycle, it's interesting to always see what's up first on your docket. What do you do? Is it health care for all that they always talk about?
No.
Medicare for all? No. It's fundamental abortion, they call it, rights for all, but removing all restrictions on abortion whatsoever, putting conscience protections at risk, putting the health of the actual life of these mothers at risk by allowing non-doctors to perform abortions, taking away any kind of criminal code violations when performing these abortions, and no rights to the child as well. That's what's up first on their agenda. Not other laws.
Let me give you a disturbing fact. New York. This is according to CBS News. So this is not fact. According to New York State's Department of Health, 285,127 induced abortions occurred in the state between 2012 and 2014. The average number of live births for the same 3-year period was 237,499. If that is correct, there were more abortions than live births. Is that what they're saying? Then Will shaking his head. That's what they're saying. And all this bill does is add to that.
Absolutely. So now there's no restriction, none whatsoever. You can kill a child at any point. And what's crazy is because they've removed all the criminal aspects. You know, they might say, well, it still has to be a healthcare practitioner, or well, it might be that it still has to, protect the life or health of the mother. But if it doesn't, what is the repercussion? Nothing. So who cares if just somebody off the street performs it, or if the woman herself performs it? There's no criminal prosecution for anybody who performs an abortion.
So what does a prosecutor do, Andy, if there's gross negligence or criminal negligence, if they just give this blanket exception for life, for abortion?
Well, in New York, nothing. Because in New York, the prosecutor doesn't have any discretion whatsoever because it's not a crime anymore. It's all been repealed, all those laws. Thank God I'm not in New York.
All right. We're taking your calls and comments. We come back from break. 1-800-6